everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Reagan May, and today we are going to be talking all about what I have in my savings, investments, and debt as a 21-year-old college student newlywed. I definitely stole this video from Zoe Pritchard, which I'm giving her all of the props. She is the one that gave me this idea to do this, so I'm gonna link her video down below. She talked about everything that she has saved, invested, and in debt as a 26-year-old, and she has been doing these videos for at least a couple years, as I know. I watched that video and was just totally inspired and totally loved what she did and how she just sat down, had a chit chat video, talked about her finances, talked about the year before, and just was really honest about where she is right now. I'm going to model her video pretty similarly. Plan is to do this video next year to kind of see how things have changed for the good or for the bad. We don't know what's coming up in 2023. We never know. And so I think that this is just a really cool way to just document this right now, the here and now. And I definitely recommend for you to do it. This doesn't mean you have to go put it on the internet or anything, but I think the idea in and of itself is amazing. So let's go ahead and just get into the video. If y'all are new here, my name is Reagan May. I'm pretty new here on YouTube, but my channel is all about just maximizing my life in my 20s, whether that's finance, financial minimalism, extreme savings, intentional living. I have faith videos, kind of just lifestyle videos, and if that interests you, then I would love to have you be a part of the family and the community. I just want us all to learn how to live life together. That's the whole point of this, is to do it together and to learn from each other and our own mistakes and people that are older than us and everything in between. If that interests you, I'd love for you to subscribe and hit the like button on this video. If you are not new here, welcome back. Thank you for your support. I really value your support and your love that you have given me. I really appreciate those that have supported me, family, friends, and new friends here on the internet. And yeah, I love y'all so much and just wanted to thank y'all. Quickly, I kind of wanted to tell y'all and just chit chat about my situation, where I'm at, kind of who I am a little bit in my financial status. So we live right now rent-free in a back house of my in-laws' house. So I'm very grateful for that. This is the first year that I will have a full income, a full-time job income, because I have been in college and so I haven't really been able to work. And specifically this past year, I got hit with a ton of health issues and I had to quit school, quit work, all of this stuff, yada yada yada. If you followed me, you've kind of heard about it. But basically, I've always loved to work and save my money and pay for my things, but this past year I had a really hard time doing that. So these numbers are not necessarily where I would love for them to be, but I'm also so grateful that despite everything, despite having a wedding, going on a fantastic honeymoon, and just starting off a marriage and everything that happened in the past year, I'm so grateful for where we are right now. I love how life is just so fluid. Some years are going to be better than other years, and I definitely see that and understand that. This upcoming year is going to change a lot, I'm expecting. So I will be graduating in August, hopefully, unless something crazy happens. I'm going to be graduating in August and hopefully getting a full-time job. So my finances are going to be changing dramatically once again if I do get to be able to have a full-time job. If not, I will at least have a part-time job. So hopefully in 2024, we will be making more money as a married couple. So I foresee a lot of changes and I don't really know what's going to be happening with our finances. Who knows where life is going to take you? You never know what's going to happen. You never know what emergency is going to come up. I'm doing this video to say this is where I'm starting. I'm grateful to be starting here and I can't wait to see where I'm at next year, whatever that is. If it's a harder year, then it'll come with lessons and it'll come with personal growth. If I do hit my goals, then it will be a year of gratitude and of praise and just learning financial, stable, healthy habits with my finances. So all around, that is kind of like where I'm at and where I want to go with my finances. This isn't gonna be some high number video, and I wanted to make it specifically because not everyone has that and everyone has to start somewhere. So it doesn't matter how little you have or how much you have, you're called to be responsible and to be a good steward, and that is the point of this video as well. So let's just jump right into it and start with savings and investment accounts. So I put these two together because all of my savings accounts are in a high yield savings account that is earning 3.5% interest. And so in my mind, like, it's kind of an investment. It's not like a stock or a fund or anything like that. In regards to investments, Erin and I do not have that many investments at the moment. Honestly, for two people trying to live, it still isn't a lot of extra room to be able to invest. Right now, we're kind of trying to prioritize the saving aspect of things a little bit more and paying off debt before we get into some investments. I say this with a grain of salt because I do believe that you should invest as soon as you can in life because of compound interest. And so we definitely want to start it in the very near future, but it's not something that has been a priority yet. We've been trying to pay for a wedding and just get our finances together and stuff like that. With that being said, we have two investments and then we have our high yield savings. So let's talk about the two investments. We have a 401k and an HSA. So the 401k we just started, and this is with Erin's employer that he just started with about a month ago. Let me just tell you what's in it. Right now we have $286 in our 401k account. So this is a very low number. Honestly, I'm just very, very grateful that we have one open and we are contributing to one. With that being said, we are going to be putting 6% in each paycheck this year, and his company matches 100% what we put in. Financial advisors will tell you to put 15 to 20%, but me and Erin have chose to put 6%, going back to the fact that we do live off one income, so our margin is very low for investing right now, but we did want to start that and begin that process so that we are putting something and it is growing, and it's starting right now with its growth. That is currently what we have in our 401k. The second account is our HSA, which an HSA is a health savings account, and I don't know a ton about the investment side of it, but from what I know, you can contribute. It is pre-tax just like a 401k, and you decide how much you want to put in there, and a lot of employers will match this as well. And then I'm pretty sure that it actually grows as well and turns into an investment account what you don't use. I may be wrong on that. I'm not a financial advisor, but Erin actually had a HSA account before this employer, and so he has two accounts. Together with all of that, we have $2,900 in our HSA, and for this I am so grateful that Erin was doing this all of these years. We are contributing each paycheck again, and we do get some money, I forget how much, from his employer. It's not like 100% max. There is a ceiling on how much you can put in here a year, and it's not like super high, but I'm very like excited to see what this will be like at the end of the year when starting 2024, because we do actually use this account. It's not like the 401k that we don't touch it and it just continues to grow. I don't know what our medical expenses are. You never know what emergency you might have, or even just like checkups and tests and blood work and stuff that I get done on a monthly to 3-month basis. That stuff is expensive, and so I'm grateful that we have it, and I'm very interested to see what it will be at the end of the year with us putting money in. So those are the two like technically investment accounts. The third area that I want to talk about in this kind of area is our savings account. I'm going to be talking about two different savings accounts that are the bigger ones. I'm not going to go into what I have in my checking and what's in my vaults because those vary a lot. I never really know what actual amount is in those and everything like that. But right now, all of my savings is earning 3.75% interest on them, which is pretty good. Interest rates are up right now. If you want to see how much I contribute monthly to these accounts and me keeping up with that, then I would definitely subscribe and watch my financial goals for the year as well as my monthly reset videos. This is where I kind of go into that more and I keep up with the number that is in there throughout the year. But let's talk about my emergency fund first. So my emergency fund is my top priority, number one priority for this year, 2023. Currently, we have $2,200 in our emergency fund. So like I said, we're not at ground zero, but it's not like this jaw-dropping number either. $2,000 can go very quickly, but I'm also grateful for that. We actually paid off a lot of debt this year, and that number significantly dropped because of that. And so it's a lower number than it was, but it also, we paid for a wedding this year, a honeymoon, and we got rid of a big, massive debt that we had and put a huge down payment on a car. So our emergency fund really, really dropped, but that's definitely okay. Now we really want to hone in on, this isn't our spending money. This isn't our just like, we can reach into it for fun. This is our emergency fund. We do not pay rent right now, and it's very important for us to build that up right now so that when we move out, we have that cushion and we have just that emergency fund behind us in case something happens, especially because I don't really know what my health is going to do and if I can work full time, if I can't, yada, yada, yada. The second big savings account that I have right now is a car savings account. And so this kind of encompasses a couple different things. Right now we have $1,700 in that account, and we contribute monthly to that as well. So this account is mostly in case I need a car. I may be needing a car when I graduate, depending on if I can get an online job or if I can work from home, or if I have to drive to work. We are saving and putting a lot of money in that savings account so that we can grow as big of a down payment as we can. If we get to August and we don't need a car yet, then we'll continue to save through the year. If we get to the end of the year, then we can kind of figure out what we want to do. Do we want to continue to save? Do we want to put it towards debt? So it's kind of a mixture, but we wanted to put it separate from the emergency fund because, again, we're really trying to build that habit of not taking from the emergency fund unless it's an actual emergency. That is what we have right there. So total, we have about almost $4,000 in savings. I am very grateful. I wouldn't say proud. I'm just very grateful for the blessings of family allowing us to live rent-free, for wedding gifts, for just everything that has happened in this past year to allow us to be where we are financially. Alrighty guys, so let's talk about debt now. So the big word, debt. So I have always been very big about really trying not to accumulate debt, but guys, it happens. It definitely happens, especially, you know, with cars. I just want to say on here really quick, it is like almost impossible for a 21-year-old to outright buy a car, especially in the market today. So I don't feel like people should feel bad for having car loan debt. I don't think that it should be like they should have this huge number and just not care. But I also think that it's not something to be ashamed of either. No debt, I'm not saying you should be ashamed of your debt either, but car loan debt I feel like is tricky because people say you shouldn't have it, but like what 21-year-old college student can afford to outright buy a car? You know what I mean? And most people have to have a car. With that being said, I'm going to talk about the debt that me and Aaron had together in 2022, how we got rid of it, and then now where we're sitting. So in 2022, Aaron, I'm gonna shut this because the light is just being kind of tricky. So in 2022, Aaron and I were engaged. We weren't married yet, but we already started kind of working on our finances, and we were sitting at $24,000 in car loan debt, which was $10,000 in negative equity as well. And then we also had $1,600 on a credit card. And this was in November of 2022. So this was literally a couple months ago. And we realized this in about October. That credit card didn't have an APR for the first year. So it actually wasn't growing in debt. It was just sitting there, which is, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for. It kind of gave us a minute to be able to figure out, hey, what are we gonna do with this? How are we gonna get it paid off? It let us kind of figure out the car situation as well. So in November is when we really started tackling that head on, and we actually got rid of that $24,000 loan. We paid it off completely, and we put a down payment on another loan that I'll talk about in a minute. And we also paid off that $1,600 of the credit card. It was so important for me to get rid of that huge car loan that was so above our means right now, and also get rid of any credit card debt. So me and Aaron and all of our credit cards right now, we have 3 lines. We are sitting at 0 balance in our credit cards. And that is something that I'm very grateful for and proud of, and something that I want to continue because credit card debt to me is like, it like scares me, and I don't want to be a part of it. It just really scares me. Now our car loan, we had that $24,000 loan. We traded in our cars, used some equity, used some savings, and we now have a car loan that is $12,000. So we split that debt in half, which is something that $12,000 kind of sounds like a lot of money, but I am just so grateful that we were able to get that down We also got a very low payment, so it's not something that I'm even really worried about right now. So that is our only debt at the moment, which is something that is so crazy to me to have that. We are going to be looking for another car in 2023, depending on when we need it. So that debt is probably going to grow in 2023. This time next year, it'll probably be more because we're not looking to pay that off right now. We're looking to save right now, and that is just our personal preference, what we feel is best for us. I'm not saying that's financial advice for you to do in any way, shape, or form, but that is where we're at. $0 in credit card debt and $12,000 in car loan debt. We don't have a mortgage. We don't have anything else. So that is it. And I don't foresee that going down, but I hope, other than a car loan, that it won't go up. So that is our debt at 21 years old, newlyweds. I want to mention that this was not meant to shame you or make you feel like you should compare or anything like that. That is just where we're at. A lot of the reason we could pay off so much of that debt in 2022 was because Aaron works his butt off and he saved so much of his money, which I'm so grateful for. And we have so much support from our family and our community, and wedding gifts were a huge part of it. And there were so many aspects that went into it. And so I don't want you to feel like you have to half your debt like that when you're 21 years old or anything like that. That is just the honest truth of what happened for us, but I don't want you to feel like you have to compare. Okay guys, so that is the end of today's video. It was very simple and short. We don't have a lot going on in our finances right now, but we have big plans, and I cannot wait to look at this next year and compare and just see the way that things fall in our first year of marriage. Who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. I really don't. The Lord knows, and that is it. This was a really fun video and I really enjoyed it. I have the hiccups and this fly. I have the hiccups and they're not stopping, and I said all I need to say. So I will see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.